3 years in a row with only 4 inches each year. And we are only a 10-inch rainfall, but 4 inches was you couldn't really survive on it. But there was little falls in that 4 years that may have fingered down this flat, but only very narrow. Whereas now, those little narrow events and it drops down into gutters and gets away, we can slow that up and give it time to spread and get so much more benefit. And it really would have saved us a lot of money in those drought years by those little events turning them into a decent size event, and all of a sudden you can put the tractor away for a while and stop feeding and enjoy a beer of a night time a bit better. So.
And I think you mentioned when it was bare, those rainfall events would go through in maybe 6 hours or something. They'd run on the flat. Yeah,
even a big event or a reasonable size event that did get a reasonable coverage in terms of width, it was still gone within 4 to 6 hours.
The soil was bare.
Yeah, the soil was bare and no bank, so it could get down to where the flat drops back into erosion gutters and just drain off really quickly. Whereas I think we've had 2 events since we built this, 2 decent ones, and it's instead of 6 hours, it's been probably more like 48 hours, if not longer, in some of the lower country. But 48 hours over a really big, wide area, which just wouldn't have happened before, no way in the world. Yeah.
So it's only been slowing the flow and just spreading it out. It hasn't stopped.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like I say, 48 hours, but then after the 48 hours, all the water's still gone. It's still moving on downstream, but in a lot safer, slower manner. Like before, in those bigger events, it'd rattle through here in 4 to 6 hours, and it was gone. And there was probably a lot of topsoil and a lot of fences at times in the real big events, but a lot of infrastructure, but the main one's topsoil went with it. Whereas now it's easing through here. We've got a few of these walls along here, so it doesn't get a chance to get speed up, and which is massive for just holding all your topsoil and stopping those little erosion gutters starting or growing, either or. Yeah, we've got neighbours. So the neighbours upstream from us, they've just started getting excited and putting some of this stuff in, spreader banks and timber walls, and I think as over time, the more we do upstream and then we'll follow it downstream, the results will be really exciting.